Hi friends. Today we're gonna draw a cute strawberry sticker. Have you ever wanted to try to draw in Procreate but got overwhelmed and had no idea where to start? Don't worry, I got you. We're gonna walk through this today together. And we're gonna make this little beauty. Don't worry, you can do it. We'll get through it. Let's get started.
First, let's set up our canvas. I'm going to be using a 3000 by 3000 pixel canvas at 300 dpi. Just tap create, and we're going to go ahead and get started on our sketch. So let's go ahead to the colors menu, and I'm going to choose light gray, light to medium gray. And we're going to tap on our brush menu, and I'm going to scroll to the sketching tab. I'm going to try to use mostly free Procreate brushes, just in case you haven't bought any and are still able to follow along. And I'm going to go ahead and select the 6B pencil. Alright, now we're going to just create almost like a squishy triangle shape. Okay, undo, undo. Draw a little bit of a curve, another curve, and I'm holding down so it works with my curves, or as the Procreate likes to say, arc. And then I just don't go too far of at a time, or Procreate will try to turn everything into a straight line. And that's not what we want. Alright, that'll do. There's our strawberry shape. Okay, now we've got our strawberry shape. I'm just going to turn my canvas just so it's a little easier for me to orientate. So let's go ahead and draw two curved lines parallelly parallel to each other, about the same size for our stem. We're just going to do another curve and then actually close that into a little circle. And now what's kind of unique about strawberry leaves is they're kind of almost straight on the edge, and they kind of see what happens if you go too much, it turns into a straight line. So I'm just gonna hit undo so I get my nice curve back. But they're curved, they kind of hug the body, and they're a little bit longer, or they're almost even, some of them look kind of sharp and pokey. Okay, just do another one, and one more over here. Undo. I don't like the way that looks. I'm going to go ahead and refresh this a little bit. I'm just going to go undo these options. And let's go out more with the line. Okay. No one's really going to pay that much attention to the stem and leaves, but still. There. I like that much better. So there you go. Now we already have our simple outline. So now we're going to go ahead and start outlining our strawberry. So I'm going to go ahead and turn our sketch layer to multiply, and then turn down the opacity. Okay. New layer. And then I'm going to pull this layer underneath our sketch layer, and I'm going to go ahead and rename it. And if you know me, I always forget to rename. We're just going to name this one Berry. And I'm going to pick a nice bright red. And I want this strawberry to have a little bit of a more textured feel to it. So I'm going to go to the, oh, it is still under the sketching brushes. And let's try the soft pastel today and see what that looks like. And we're going to have that at full opacity. And let's try with 4% and see if we like it. And I'm simply just outlining the strawberry. Don't hold down your pencil, or that will happen. And I'm just going to go ahead and color drop. No, I am not. Let's try that again. And I'm going to lower the threshold. My threshold didn't even attempt to lower, so let's see if I can. Alright. Oh, there. 52% it looks like is what it's going to give us. Okay. So now we're going to go up, add a new layer, and we're just going to rename this one Leaves. And we're going to do the same thing we just did for the berry. And strawberry stem colors vary. They could be dark green or light green. I'm just going to go with this medium green. And I'm going to go ahead and outline. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to just outline these stems and then go ahead and fill them with color. One more. And then the stem. Oops, overshot. What am I doing? Here we are. One more. Goodness, guys, this shouldn't take you this long. At some point, you just color it in because that was way too much work. I could have already been done. Okay, let's do one more layer. We're gonna go under the leaves. My screen is having, I don't know if it's my nib or it's like I'm having a lot of non-reactive screen. Let's rename this one. And let's just name it B. Okay. Let's find a dark red. And we'll try this brush. I'm going to lower it and I am just going to simply make some little seeds. I'm just scribbling with my brush. And you can make as many or as few as you would like. One more up here. Up. One more. One more. One more. One more. Okay. That looks like plenty of seeds. Let's go ahead and select the seed layer. And let's turn on alpha lock. And then let's select a a yellowish brown, a light yellowish brown. And we're just going to go in to some of the centers of some of the seeds. The ones on the far side, we'll just kind of leave those black. We'll pretend our shadows over there. And I'm just making more tiny circles inside. Actually, let's just go ahead and do them all. Let's just color them in. And you don't have to be real precise, like right in the middle of the circle or anything. We're just giving our little seeds a little bit of dimension, which will give us a little texture, a little pop, not super flat. Okay, now let's go ahead and get a super light pink. A little more down, like a little grayish. And then I'm going to pretend my light source is over here. So I'm just going to go through and do a few on this side, just right on top of the yellow. And I'm not going to cover it. I'm just pretending this is where our light would be putting our strawberry. I'm going to leave most of these guys over here untouched. Okay, let's create another layer. And this one's going to be right on top of berries. And let's go ahead and create a clipping mask. And we're going to pick a dark red again. And I'm going to just look for a, not the soft pastel, but let's go to airbrushing. And let's try that soft brush and see our size. Let's start with a 4 and we'll go from there. Oh, that's so dark. Let's lower that opacity. Let's try it about 50. That's better. Let's go ahead and lower our layer opacity. Oh yeah. Even better still. And you'll just go to layer, and then it'll pop up with the opacity bar after you hit like the end, because this layer is normal, and we're just gonna scroll down on the opacity. And you can even play with these guys in here too. So I went ahead and selected darken. Pretending there's a little bit of shadow under the leaves. Beautiful. I'll take it. Okay. Let's do another layer. See, I forgot to label that one, guys. Let's do another clipping mask. Let's rename this one while I'm talking about it. And we'll name it light. Okay. And let's find ourselves another light pink. And we'll keep the soft airbrush for the moment. And what do we add? Let's try in the 60s opacity. Let's try that. And I'm just drawing along, just making some little blobs. Let's see what happens when we turn our layer to lighten. Not much. Not much at all. Let's go to add. Oh goodness. That's an odd effect. No, I don't think we will. Let's just leave this baby to normal. Let's just leave the baby. Okay, and let's go in with a texture brush. Y'all, that's looking way too flat right there for me. If you like it nice and smooth, leave it here. But need some texture. So let's go ahead. Let's try to grunge and see what it looks like. Actually, let's get rid of the first. Okay. Now, let's see. What have we done? Let's get rid of that. It's going to be easier. And then just add another clipping mask on top. And now, let's try that out. Add, still doing that. Alright, leave this one at normal as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, real quick, let's just try to add a little bit more to this strawberry. So one I like layer. So let's just grab our select tool and choose freehand, and then just select this highlight area. Let's go to feather, and let's do about, let's try 60% and see how we like that. And then we're going to go to hue, saturation, and brightness. Let's see. Add a little bit of yellowish. Let's check the saturation. And the brightness. Okay. Now let's do the same for other layers. Go to feather again. Crank it up to, I've got it at 56. Go back over to hue, saturation, and brightness. And then we can play with this one as well. This one I'm going to try to get a little bit more pink. Okay. Feather again. Got this one at 49%. Hue and saturation and brightness. And now this time I'm going to go over into the shadow. And let's turn down the brightness. Okay. Alright, let's go work on the leaf real quick. So leaf and clipping mask. And we're just going to, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Add a new layer, then clipping mask. And I'm just going to go in and select some darker green just to add a little bit of shadow to our leaves. They're not the focal point. Everybody's going to be worried about the strawberry, so don't worry too much about the leaf. I'm going to go back to that soft pastel and just quickly, it's too big. Just going to add a little bit of shadow. And then let's see. Doesn't. color burn. Oh, I kind of like color burn. Color burn. Yeah, let's go with color burn. Perfect. Okay. So this strawberry still looks like it needs something to me. The soft pastel outline, I'm not really digging with the color fill. So I might see what can happen if I go through. Got a big eraser. Probably would have been easier just to pick a slightly different shade of red, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see about strawberry was looking a bit flat, and that is what happens when you use color fill. It wasn't even so much the strawberry was looking flat; it just looked like a disconnect between the color fill and the strawberry itself because there was like no texture and then there were textures. Go to the smudge tool and kind of play in here a little because that's just looking a little too much. Now it's starting to look better. Yeah, it looks better. So I think I want a bit more red. The lower. I'm gonna go back to the smudge and see. No. Erase, 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 erase. Okay. New layer. Clipping mask. Soft pastel. Full opacity. I feel like it might be too much, but let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. I feel like our berry was just a little too much light in it. I like that much better. Okay. Now, just a couple of small highlights on a new layer. And we're done. Let's go to inking. I don't usually use this gel pen. Let's try this Gazinki? Gazinki? I don't know, but it sounds cute. Gazinki Inky. This might be a regret. We're going to go all the way up, and we can either do a pink or a bright white, whichever you prefer. Let's see how big they are. Okay. Okay. Kind of seeing a little bit of that's way bigger than it looks. No. Me too. Right there. Nope. I can almost see like a pattern in the highlight, and I'm just kind of trying to duplicate it a little bit. And I'm going to go on the outside edges of these little berries. And almost just like curving on each side. So that makes those berry stems look a little bright. stems. By stems, I mean seeds. Let me see. Delete, delete, delete. Redo. Alright, guys, I think I actually like it better without that. So, undo is our friend. Let's see, this is our shadow side. What's that? Oh, you know what? And we are on pink. So let's go ahead and go over to white for this. And let's catch it. No. The highlights are completely optional, guys. You can stop here if you like. I just think they add some cute interest and kind of make the piece your own. Yeah. Maybe a little guy here. I don't know. I feel like it was just like, hey, give me some polka dots. I need the polka dots. And she says, no, you didn't need the polka dots. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, let's go down to our background layer because that's it for completing highlights and shadows. You can continue to play, but that just leads down one rabbit hole after another for me, so that's why I'm reining it in. Reining it in. So I'm going to try this new technique today, and then you guys can decide if you like it or not. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the background. There's our berry baby. Sorry, I'm just shocked at how little we can see the stem now. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me put this guy back together. Alright, just kidding. Let me add some separation here, guys. Now, when I did this tutorial beforehand, just to practice and kind of plot out what I wanted to say, it didn't give me this grief. However, that was also several days ago because I've scheduled to record this on Thursday. However, some little man of mine decided he was not going to take a nap on Thursday, that he was way too big for a nap. So we're on Saturday now. So it's been a couple of days. We can adjust this white later. I just want to make sure we can see our berry. So let's go ahead and let's see if duplicate gives us what we want. Oh no. I mean, yes, but I didn't need to do all that. Let's undo. Let's try that again and see if we can. No. Alright, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just going to go ahead and pinch some of these guys together. Let's undo. There's our berry. up our hat. Okay. And okay. Now let's go to duplicate. When I tried this the other day with the tutorial, didn't it didn't work out for me. But I want to show it to you so you guys can try it and see if you like it. So essentially, you duplicate your art. I like to leave my layers in case I ever want to update, do something, change colors out. However, if you do it on your original canvas, I don't know of a way to do that well. Maybe with the select tool would have worked fine. But you can also just copy and paste into a new canvas, which is what I did the other day to play with it. But in the interest of time, I just basically squished everybody together, or merged down is the same thing. And you can find that little button right here. If your fingers can't pinch your layers together, the merge down option works as well. So I'm going to select our bottom berry, and I'm going to fill it with white. Let's see. Or not. It worked the other day. I said I didn't really like the results that well, but it did work. Let's shut off this fairy and work on this little guy. So it's not filling amazingly, and that's mostly because that soft texture brush I use. So I don't really want to take the time and trouble to go do like a smooth brush like the monoliner brush and then refill all this from where the basically this brush is like kind of bigger, so it's not nice and compact and fills all the pixels, so it leaves texture, for lack of a better word. But the gist of it is you kind of move this little guy and expand him, make him a little bigger than your top berry to create a white sticker outline. I played with it a little bit and I thought it was a little finicky. Not my personal favorite, but it is an option. Now, let me show you what I do. I actually have a sticker brush, but I'll use one that comes with Procreate. So let's go to calligraphy. Let's go to the monoline. I'm just going to up the size. Let's see what 100% gets us. Also, make a new layer under your berry. Let's get rid of that guy. Goodbye. And now let's see how big my brush is. Yeah. Here we go. And if you go real slow, pick up your brush, go slow. It's a lot easier to fix bumpy lines. So I'm just gonna start over because I did not go slow. I made long lines. So if you just I don't like short lines. So I'm just going to go to the end. Hold out my brush so Procreate can help me make the art. I'm gonna pick up on this side and do the same thing. Hold down my brush. A little bit more right here. And this gives you the classic sticker outline. You can use another color. Wanted to do pink, green, anything. If you're printing at home, you may want to do a darker color outline because your sticker paper is most likely going to be white, and it just makes it a little easier to cut. Now, if you are using a cutter like a Cricut or a Silhouette, I don't actually have experience with either of those, so I'm not sure what color your sticker outline needs to be. I do know you need a sticker outline so your machine can, so they can know where to cut. So basically we got her filled out, and she's got a couple bumps that you could go in and fix if you like. I'm just going to turn my berry off for just a moment. Do color fill, and then I'm just going to zoom in to see if I missed anything. It doesn't really look like I did. Then I'm just going to turn my berry back on, making sure your background is off. You're done. You made a cute little berry right in time for summer. Isn't it cute? Spring. Okay, look, I'm already trying to be in summer. Right in time for spring. All done. Yay! So let's just go to our gallery. No, I'm lying. My brain. Where to go? I'm not sure. Let's go. Try this again. To action, then share, and then you can just export this little baby as a PNG, which is what you want for a high quality sticker print. And you can either save it to your gallery, upload it to your cloud, your drive, wherever you want this to go. I'm gonna go to my drive and upload it and go from there. That's it, guys. Pretty simple, right? I know there were little bumps along the road, but I think that's more me than the little strawberry itself. But it's not hard, and now you've got a cute sticker to, decorate your life. So that's it for this week, guys. Let me know what you'd like to see in the future, if this tutorial was helpful, if you would like to see something even easier, if you feel like this is still too involved. I want you to be able to have time. I don't want these tutorials to take too long so you can fit them into your day. So if you feel like there's still too many steps and you want to get done faster, let me know and we'll make it happen. Alright, guys? Alright. Have a great day. Bye-bye.